Okay, picture this. You're home, maybe finally getting that load of laundry done, dishwasher's running, and then, boom, everything just goes dark.
The dreaded power outage. Yeah, we've all been there.
Right, and it's happening more often. Get this, the average American now looking at over 7 hours of outages a year.
Wow, 7 hours.
And that's just the average. If you're somewhere like California, especially with the wildfires, outage times have jumped like over 60% since just 2020.
60%, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Really makes you wish you could just keep the lights on, doesn't it?
Exactly. Keep things running smoothly.
Well, that's precisely what we're digging into today on Solar Scoop. Welcome back, everyone.
Yep, welcome. Today's deep dive is tackling a big one. Tesla Powerwall 3 versus the Enphase IQ Battery 5P.
That's right. Two heavyweights in the home battery world. They both promise energy independence, backup power, but they get there in pretty different ways.
Totally different philosophies sometimes. So whether you're just starting to think about batteries or you're seriously considering one, we're going to break down the key differences.
We'll cover 5 main areas. First up, power output and performance. Like, how much muscle do they actually have when the grid's down?
Then we'll look at storage capacity, how much energy they hold, and crucially, scalability. Can they grow with you?
After that, it's the important stuff.
Yeah.
Warranty and reliability. What kind of guarantee do you get?
And of course, the big one, cost and value. We've even got some recent pricing from IntegrateSun to make it more concrete.
Good. And finally, we'll talk about the X factor, those unique features that might make one a better fit for you personally.
By the end of this, you should have a much clearer picture of which way you might lean.
All right, let's jump in. Power output. When the lights go out, who delivers?
Okay, let's get right to it. Power. If you need that raw grunt, especially that kickstart for big things like your air conditioner or maybe a well pump, the Tesla Powerwall 3, well, it comes out swinging.
Yeah, it's got some serious continuous power, 11.5 kilowatts, from just one unit.
Right, 11.5 kilowatts continuous. For most homes, that's a lot. It means you can run quite a few things smoothly at the same time without it, breaking a sweat.
And that starting power, the peak capability, is really something. It's rated at 185 LRA, locked rotor amps.
LRA, okay, so that's like the initial surge needed.
Exactly, getting those big motors spinning. That high LRA means it's less likely to stumble when you try to start up, say, your AC and maybe the fridge kicks on at the same time during an outage.
Makes sense. Fewer tripped breakers when you least need it.
Precisely. And it can even push out more power, 15.4 kilowatts, continuously, I believe. But that's in specific off-grid situations, usually when it's paired directly with solar production.
Still, that's impressive capability. What about efficiency? How much energy is lost going in and out?
It's pretty good. Round-trip efficiency is around 89 to 90%. So put 10 kilowatt hours in, expect to get about 8.9 or 9 back out to use. Pretty standard for top-tier batteries.
Okay. And a big part of the Powerwall 3 is that it's not just a battery, right? It has the inverter built in.
That's a key feature. It's got an integrated hybrid inverter. Think of it as the brain managing solar and battery power.
Yeah.
And it has 6 MPPTs, maximum power point trackers.
6? Wow. So that helps squeeze more power out of the solar panels.
Yeah, especially if you have panels facing different directions or maybe some partial shading. It optimizes the harvest.
Yeah.
Plus, that inverter can handle a big solar array up to 20 kilowatts of solar input. Great if you're putting in a new large solar system with a battery.
So the Powerwall 3's strengths seem to be that high single-unit power output, great starting capability, and the integrated solar inverter for new installs. Any potential downsides to that integrated approach?
Well, the potential flip side is that if something goes wrong with that central inverter, it could theoretically impact the whole system. But, Tesla has a lot of experience in this space.
True. Okay, so that's the Powerwall 3. Now let's pivot to the Enphase IQ Battery 5P. You said it's a different approach.
Very different. More modular. It's built around smaller units.
Right. So each Enphase 5P unit provides, 3.84 kilowatts continuous?
Correct. 3.84 kilowatt continuous per battery.
Yeah.
Less than a single Powerwall 3, definitely.
But what about short bursts? Can it handle quick surges?
It can. A single 5P can do 7.68 kilowatters for 3 seconds, or about 6.1 kilowatters for 10 seconds. Useful for those brief startup demands.
Okay, so shorter bursts are possible.
But the real power story with Enphase is scalability. Need more power? You just add another battery unit. Your continuous power output literally stacks up with each battery you add.
Okay, so you build the power level you need. What about efficiency? Similar to Tesla.
Yep, also very solid. AC round-trip efficiency is right there at 90%. Where it differs significantly is how it handles the power conversion.
How so?
Each IQ Battery 5P has 6 microinverters inside each battery unit.
Microinverters in the battery.
Exactly. So the DC power from the battery gets converted to the AC power your house uses right there at each individual battery. It's an AC coupled system.
Okay, AC coupled. What's the advantage of doing it that way?
The big one is flexibility, especially for existing solar owners. Because the AC conversion happens at the battery, you can easily pair with pretty much any solar panel system already on your roof, no matter what brand of solar inverter you have. It just hooks into your home's AC wiring.
Ah, okay. So it's ideal for retrofitting storage onto an existing solar setup. That makes a lot of sense.
Definitely a major plus there.
Any other power advantages for Enphase?
Well, that modular power scaling is key, as we said, and the microinverter design means no single point of failure for the AC conversion. If one little microinverter has an issue, the others keep working. That boosts overall system reliability.
Got it. So, wrapping up power. Powerwall 3 is kind of the powerhouse in a single box. Great for high demand, maybe new installs.
Right. Well, Enphase offers that build-as-you-go power, super flexible, great for adding to existing solar, and that distributed reliability.
Okay, power covered. Now let's talk about how much energy these things actually hold. Storage capacity and scalability.
Absolutely. This determines how long you can run things during an outage or how much solar you can save for nighttime. Let's start with Tesla again.
Powerwall 3. How much capacity per unit?
Each Powerwall 3 unit gives you 13.5 kilowatt hours of usable energy. That's a pretty hefty chunk right off the bat.
13.5 kilowatt hours. Yeah, that's substantial. And can you add more?
You can. You can link up to 4 full Powerwall 3 units together. So 4 times 13.5. That's 54 kilowatt hours total.
54 kilowatt. Wow. That's a lot of backup. And wasn't there something about an expansion pack?
Yes, good memory. The main Powerwall 3 unit has the battery and that integrated inverter. You can then add up to 3 expansion packs, which are just the battery part to that one main unit.
Okay.
So 1 main unit plus 3 expansion packs also gets you to that 54 kilowatt hour wax, but all running through the single inverter in the main unit.
And if you needed even more than 54 kilowatt hours?
Then you need to add another complete Powerwall 3 unit with its own inverter, and you could add expansion packs to the second one too, and so on.
Okay, so the advantage seems to be that big 13.5 kilowatt hour block per main unit. Good if you know you need a lot of storage up front.
Exactly. Now, Enphase IQ Battery 5P.
Yeah.
Sticking with the modular theme.
So smaller units, right?
Right. Each 5P unit holds 5.0 kilowatt hours of usable energy.
5 kilowatt hours. Okay. But the scalability is where it shines, you said.
Absolutely. This is arguably Enphase's biggest strength. You can start with just one 5 kilowatt hour battery. That's all you need or can budget for right now.
Just start with 5.
Yep. And then down the road, if your usage goes up or you want more backup or you have more budget, you just add another 5P in it and another. You add them in 5 kilowatt hour increments.
So you can really tailor it.
Precisely. You can build up to potentially 40, even 80 kilowatt hours or more, depending on the configuration and local rules, just by adding more 5P blocks.
That sounds incredibly flexible. Great for people who want to start small or aren't sure about their final needs.
It really is. You dial in the exact storage you want when you want it. No need for a massive initial investment if you only need a bit of storage to start. You scale the cost with your needs.
Makes sense. What's the trade-off compared to the Powerwall's larger units?
Well, obviously, to get the same storage as one Powerwall 3, you'll need multiple Enphase units. For example, 3 5Ps give you 15 kilowatters, which is just a bit more than one Powerwall's 13.5 kilowatters.
So potentially more wall space needed for the Enphase unit.
Potentially, yes. You'd need space for 3 smaller boxes instead of one larger one to get similar capacity. But that flexibility is often worth it for many people.
Okay, so storage summary. Powerwall 3 gives you a big chunk per unit, efficient if you need lots from the start.
Right. And Enphase 5P is all about that granular, start small and grow flexibility in 5 kilowatt steps.
Cool. Now, investing this much money, you definitely want it to last. Let's talk warranty and reliability.
Crucial piece of the puzzle. Peace of mind is huge here. Let's look at Tesla's warranty first.
Powerwall 3 warranty.
It's a 10-year warranty. During that time, Tesla guarantees it will retain at least 70% of its original 13.5 kilowatt capacity.
10 years is 70% capacity. Pretty standard time frame.
10 years is common, yes. What's good about Teslas is it usually comes with unlimited cycles to meet that retention promise. Some others might cap the cycles.
Unlimited cycles, okay. And what about keeping the battery healthy? Temperature matters. Right?
Absolutely. The Powerwall 3 uses a sophisticated liquid cooling and heating system. Active thermal management.
Liquid cooling, like in a high-performance computer.
Sort of, yeah. It actively manages the battery cell temperature, keeping it in the optimal range. That's really beneficial for performance and especially longevity, particularly if you live somewhere with big temperature swings, hot summers, cold winters.
And Tesla's been doing batteries for a while now.
They have significant experience there. Okay, now Enphase IQ Battery 5P warranty.
How does it compare?
Enphase offers a longer warranty. It's a 15-year limited warranty.
15 years. Wow, that's 5 extra years.
It's definitely a significant difference. Their guarantee is typically for at least 60% of the initial capacity after 15 years, or 6,000 full charge-discharge cycles, whichever comes first. They also state a max degradation rate per year, around 2.67%.
Okay, 15 years is compelling. What about the battery tech inside? I think you mentioned it's different.
Yes, very important point. Enphase uses LFP lithium iron phosphate chemistry.
LFP, and that's known for?
Several things. Long cycle life, it can handle many charges and discharges. Excellent safety profile. LFP is generally considered one of the safest lithium chemistries, less prone to thermal runaway, and has a great thermal stability inherently.
Interesting. So if it's more thermally stable, does it need that active liquid cooling like the Powerwall?
Generally, no. The Enphase 5P uses passive cooling, relying on airflow. No pumps, no liquid.
Advantages of passive cooling?
Quieter operation, typically. And fewer moving parts, which could mean fewer potential points of mechanical failure over that long 15-year lifespan.
Makes sense. And we should also remember the reliability aspect of those microinverters, right?
Definitely. That distributed architecture again. No single point of failure for the AC conversion part. If one microinverter has an issue, the others carry on. Adds a layer of system robustness.
So, weighing warranty and reliability, Enphase has the longer 15-year warranty and the known safety longevity benefits of LFP chemistry.
That's a strong argument for Enphase, yes. Tesla counters with the 10-year warranty, unlimited cycles typically, proven experience, and that active thermal management for potentially harsh climates.
Both solid options, but different strengths to consider based on your priorities.
Exactly. Okay, this is all great technical info, but let's face it, cost is usually a huge factor.
Absolutely. Time to talk dollars and cents and overall value. We'll get right into that after a very quick pause. Short pause.
Okay, we are back on Solar Scoop, diving into the part everyone's keen to know about, cost and value. Tesla Powerwall 3 versus Enphase IQ Battery 5P.
And we're using some recent pricing from IntegrateSun around May 2025 to give you a ballpark. But remember, these are estimates. Your actual costs will depend on your home, the installer, your location, all that stuff. Definitely get a custom quote. Okay, Powerwall 3. What's the starting point?
The first unit, which includes the essential Tesla backup gateway, comes in at roughly $14,000 installed.
$14,000. And that gateway is crucial for backup, you said.
Absolutely critical. It manages the grid connection and enables the backup power function. Can't do backup without it.
Okay, $14K for the first one with the gateway. What if you want more storage? Adding another Powerwall 3.
Adding a second complete Powerwall 3 unit, so another 13.5 kilowatt hours, and another inverter that's around $11,000 extra.
And the expansion pack. The battery-only add-on.
That battery-only expansion pack, adding 13.5 kilowatt-hour capacity to an existing main unit, is priced around $8,900 from IntegrateSun.
Okay, let's run through some scenarios to make that clearer. One Powerwall 3.
Around $14,000.
One Powerwall 3 plus one expansion pack, so 27 kilowatt-hour total storage.
That'd be the $14,000 plus $8,900, so $22,900 roughly.
And two full Powerwall 3 units, also 27 kilowatt-hours, but with two inverters.
$14,000 for the first, $11,000 for the second, so $25,000 total.
Got it. What's the cost per kilowatt-hour on that initial Powerwall unit?
If you take the $14,000 for the first unit and divide by 13.5 kilowatt hours, it works out to approximately $1,037 per kilowatt hour, including the gateway and installation basics.
Okay, $1,037 per kilowatt hours for the initial setup. Now let's look at Enphase pricing.
All right, Enphase IQ Battery 5P. The first 5 kilowatt hour battery unit from IntegrateSun is about $11,500 installed.
$11,500 for the first 5 kilowatt hours. What about adding more?
Adding a second 5P battery is cheaper, around $7,500, and subsequent batteries are typically in that same $7,500 range.
Okay, but for backup with Enphase, there's that extra controller needed, right?
Yes, that's the key difference in the cost structure for backup. You need the Enphase IQ system controller. That's an additional $7,500 component from IntegrateSun.
So $7,500 just for the controller to enable backup?
Correct. It's essential for managing the backup operation. So while the batteries themselves might look cheaper per unit initially, you must factor in the controller cost if backup is your goal.
That's a really important distinction. Okay, let's do some Enphase scenarios with backup included. A 5 kilowatt hour system with backup.
That would be $11,500 for the battery, plus the $7,500 for the controller. Total $19,000.
19,000 for 5 kilowatt-hour backup. What about 10 kilowatt-hours of backup?
Okay, that's $11,500 for the first battery, plus $70,500 for the second battery, plus a $7,500 controller. Adds up to $26,500.
26.5 for 10 kilowatt-hour backup. What's the cost per kilowatt-hour looking like there?
For that 10 kilowatt-hour system with backup, divide 26,500 by 10 kilowatt-hours. You get $2,650 per kilowatt-hour.
Whoa, that's quite a bit higher per kilowatt-hour than the Powerwall's initial $1,037.
It is, especially at those smaller capacities when you include the controller cost. Now, if you looked at just the storage cost without backup.
Okay, like for self-consumption only.
Right. That first 5 kilowatt-hour battery at $11,500 is $2,300 per kilowatt-hour. You get 10 kilowatt-hours to batteries, $11,500 plus $7,500 plus $7,500 equals $19,000. That's $1,900 per kilowatt-hours for storage only.
Oh.
Still higher than the initial Powerwall unit price per kilowatt-hour, but closer.
So the way backup is handled really impacts the cost comparison, especially at smaller system sizes. Hugely. And, while we're talking price tags, don't forget the long-term value.
Good point. It's not just the upfront cost.
Right. You're potentially saving on electricity bills, maybe avoiding peak rates if you have time of use pricing.
And just the security and peace of mind during an outage.
Yeah.
That has real value.
Absolutely. Plus, always investigate incentives.
Yes. The federal solar tax credit often applies to batteries now, right?
It often does, yes. And definitely check for state or local rebates or utility programs. They can significantly cut the net cost. We at IntegrateSun always help clients figure that out.
So, summing up the cost picture.
Enphase might look like a lower entry point if you start small, maybe without immediate backup needs, since the controller is separate. But Powerwall 3 often comes out cheaper per kilowatt hour, especially for larger storage amounts, and its backup gateway is bundled with the first unit.
But really, the only way to know for sure for your situation
is to get a custom quote. Apples to apples based on your home, your usage, your backup goals. An installer like IntegrateSun can lay that all out clearly. Makes total sense. Personalized quote is key. Okay, we've done power, storage, warranty, cost. What about those unique extras? The X factor.
Ah, yes, the special sauce. What makes each one stand out beyond the basic specs? Let's start with the Powerwall 3 again.
It's X factor. I'm guessing that integrated inverter is high on the list.
Definitely. We mentioned it, but it's worth stressing. That built-in 11.5 kilowatt solar inverter with the 6 MPPTs is a huge plus for new solar plus storage installs. Streamlines things, potentially boosts efficiency.
And even though it's ideal for new solar, you said it can be AC coupled for existing.
It can, yes. It offers that flexibility too.
Mm-hmm.
But its design really shines when paired with new solar.
What else for Tesla's X factor? The brand, the app.
Yeah, the whole Tesla ecosystem and app experience. If you already have a Tesla car, you're thinking about a solar roof, the Powerwall fits right in. The app is generally seen as very polished, intuitive.
Right. I've heard good things about the app.
It has features like Storm Watch, automatically prepping the battery if bad weather's coming, time-based control for optimizing savings with utility rates, self-powered mode to maximize solar use. It's a slick, connected experience, especially if you're already in that Tesla world.
Okay, so integration, ecosystem, slick app experience for Powerwall 3. Now, Enphase 5P's X factor.
Number one has to be that incredible modularity. Starting small, adding exactly 5 kilowatt-hours at a time.
Yeah.
It's a massive differentiator.
That's step-by-step growth.
Exactly. Then there's the LFP chemistry. Safety and longevity are big selling points for LFP, and Enphase uses it.
Right, the lithium iron phosphate.
And we've hit this a few times, but the AC-coupled simplicity for adding storage to existing solar systems is a huge X factor. It makes retrofitting so much easier regardless of your current solar setup.
So super easy retrofit.
Exceptionally easy. And finally, that system resilience due to the microinverters. No single point of inverter failure for the battery power conversion. Lots of redundancy built in.
Okay, so recapping X factors. Powerwall 3 yields integrated power for new solar, Tesla ecosystem, smart app features.
Yep. And Enphase 5P is unparalleled modularity, LFP safety longevity, super easy retrofitting, distributed reliability.
Wow, okay. We have covered a lot of ground. Power capacity, warranty, cost, unique features. So how does someone actually choose?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? But hopefully after all this, the choice becomes clearer based on your priorities. Let's try a quick guide.
Okay, who should lean towards Powerwall 3?
You should probably consider the Tesla Powerwall 3 if you're putting in a completely new solar system alongside the battery. If you know you have high power, Demands lots of big appliances running together. If you live in a place with really extreme hot or cold temperatures, that liquid cooling could be beneficial. And of course, if you're already invested in or plan to join the Tesla ecosystem, basically if you want a powerful integrated solution with significant capacity right from the start,
Got it. And who should lean towards the Enphase IQ Battery 5P?
you should lean towards Enphase. If flexibility is key, you want to start smaller and add storage incrementally later on. If the safety profile and potential long lifespan of LFP chemistry are really important to you, if you're adding storage to an existing solar system, Enphase makes that super simple. And if you really value system resilience, that no single point of failure aspect of the microinverters.
So it really comes down to weighing those factors against your own situation, your energy use, your budget, how much backup you need, and whether you have solar already.
Precisely. No single best battery, just the best battery for you.
Well, this has been a fantastic deep dive. Tesla Powerwall 3, Enphase IQ Battery 5P, both clearly excellent ways to get more energy independence, save money, and have that crucial backup power.
Absolutely. And if this discussion helped clarify things or maybe raise more specific questions about your own home, the team at IntegrateSun is really the next step.
Right, designing and installing these systems, Tesla, Enphase, other top solutions, that's what they do all day.
They can look at your specific needs, your roof, your electrical panel, everything, and help you figure out the perfect fit.
So if you want that personalized advice and a detailed quote, definitely reach out to IntegrateSun. You can find them easily online at www.integratesun.com.
And hey, we'd love to hear from you listening. Which battery is catching your eye after hearing all this? Let us know why in the comments. We really enjoy reading those.
Yeah, definitely let us know. And if you found this breakdown helpful, please give us a thumbs up. It helps other people find the deep dive.
And for more straightforward info on solar, batteries, home energy stuff, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.
Thanks so much for tuning in to Solar Scoop today.
Thanks, everyone. We'll catch you on the next one.